Whether it's because it's an online class or because of the COVID-19 pandemic, there's a pretty good chance that you'll be using Zoom for online lectures at some point in college. The purpose of this video is to get you acquainted with this conferencing platform, including its basic tools and proper Zoom etiquette. Prior to the Zoom meeting, your instructor will have sent you a link via Canvas or email to join the meeting. In most cases, you can also access this meeting via the Comfort Zoom section in Canvas if it has been enabled. Depending on whether or not your instructor has enabled the waiting room, you may or may not be asked to wait until they let you join the meeting. When you join the meeting, a dialog box will pop up with a button that says Join with Computer Audio. You will need to hit that in order for you to hear others and others to hear you. Okay, so now that we're in the meeting, I will now be going through the basic tools. The microphone button to the left here allows for you to mute or unmute yourself. You can obviously do that by clicking on it. However, this can also be controlled by your spacebar. If you're muted and you press and hold the spacebar, then it will temporarily unmute you until you let go. By the way, this is really important. Please make sure that your mic is on mute unless you are talking. If your microphone is not on mute and there are background noises, then it's going to drown out whoever is talking. And this can be really frustrating for other students who are trying to listen into the lecture, but there are background noises that are blocking the instructor from being heard. The next tool is the video option, which allows for you to turn on or off your webcam. Next is the participants section. This is where you can see who else is in the meeting. This is also where you'll find the raise hand button. Basically, just treat it as if you were raising your hand in an actual classroom to get the instructor's attention. Clicking on that will virtually raise your hand, and clicking on it again will lower it. After that comes the chat section. This allows for you to send a message to everyone. Alternatively, if you would like to message someone in private, you will also have the ability to select who you want to send it to. To the right is the share screen feature. Generally speaking, this allows for others to see what's on your screen. Normally, you wouldn't be using this unless you're doing a presentation. I won't really spend much time on this here, but we do have another video that goes through it in detail, which I would highly recommend checking out if you do need to use the screen share feature for your class. After that, we have the record button. This is something that your instructor will use, most likely during lecture sessions, but it's usually not something that you as a student will be using. The purpose of recording meetings is to allow for students to review what was taught or to catch up if they had missed the meeting. When the meeting has concluded, the recording will typically be uploaded to Canvas and will be available to all students. Finally, we have reactions. This is also something that you might not be using often, but sometimes your instructor might ask for a thumbs up response. For example, they might say, "Give me a thumbs up if you're ready to move on." What you would do then is click on reactions and the thumbs up option. This reaction will then show up next to your name and will be visible to others for several seconds. Now, you might be thinking, so if we're meeting online, then I guess I could just sign in at the beginning and quietly sneak out in the middle. Hey, that's a really valid point. Like the instructor isn't already aware of that. Nice try! In all seriousness, there are many different ways that instructors can take attendance online. They might just do it at the beginning or in the middle of the meeting. Some instructors may wait until the end of the meeting and then have students type in the chat saying they're still here. And who knows, there might even be hidden features in ComfortZoom that give instructors the ability to see who exactly has been on and how long they have been on. The point here is that just because we're online does not mean that the instructor won't know that you ditched class. If you really want to do well in your class, then I'd highly recommend staying until the very end. So this is the basic rundown of how ComfortZoom works. And hopefully after having watched this, you'll be familiar with the meeting tools and ready for the next meeting. Thanks for watching. Oh, and remember, make sure to keep your mic on mute unless you're supposed to be talking.